Howdy, everyone. Welcome to Tilson Live. It is Tuesday. It is 2 o'clock. We are coming at you live on Facebook and live on YouTube, as well as Vimeo, for both of the people watching on Vimeo. It is Tilson Tuesday. I'm one of your hosts, Eric Allard, part of the fourth generation of the Tilson family, joined, as I am each and every week, by the great, the wonderful, the marvelous Dawn Dantzler, Vice President of Marketing Customer Experience for Tilson Homes. Howdy, Dawn.
Hey, Eric. How's it going?
It's going great. It is pouring down rain in a lot of places in Texas right
messy.
now. So yes, head to high ground. We'll talk about that later. Probably not a lot of septic tanks going in today, and a lot of final grading. Probably not a lot of framing happening right now. So you should all be watching Tilson Live. You should all be cooped up in your house or your office, place of work, playing hooky, watching us on your phone secretly with your AirPods in, working hard. So it is, like I said, Tuesday, 2 o'clock. We are live on Facebook, live on YouTube. Guys, come in. Tell us where you're watching from. Tell us what part of the process you're in. Tell us where you're building, what part of the process you're in. We want to hear what home you're building. We want to hear kind of what drove you to this decision. If you want to put that in the comments, maybe TMI for some folks. But we're always curious to know why you want to live in this remote area of Texas and away from all of the crazies. I think I just gave it away. So tell us where you're watching from. Tell us what part of the process you're in. Tell us what you're building. And also, obviously, we are here to answer all of your questions. So we have a theme that Dawn's going to give us here in just a second. I'm very excited. I hadn't done this house in a long time. Mm-hmm. But before we do that, we are here to answer all of your questions about building a home on your land in remote or rural areas of Texas. Obviously, we build in cities as well. But predominantly what we do is help customers who have lived in the subdivision. They've been there and done that, bought the t-shirt, and they are ready to move out on an acre or two or 200, or I think actually our record is 23,000, but on a 23,000 acre ranch.
Oh, wow.
So we can build out in the middle of nowhere. That's what we're here to help you do. Answer all of your questions regarding design, finance, permitting, site preparation, construction, warranty. How does all that stuff work? So we're here to answer all those questions, give you guys the clarity that you need to make the best decision for you and your families. So
awesome.
Before everybody, while you're all telling us where you're watching from and where you're building and what part of the process you're in, Dawn, what in the world are we talking about today?
We are going to talk about our Salle model out in Huntsville. So it's a very, very popular model from the pretty standpoint. The model has a very popular master bath layout that we have put in almost every other plan that we build. So very, very nice plan. A little bit different. Not a lot of people get out to our Huntsville location because it's very different in Tilson land because it's the model that we have.
What do you mean by that? How's it different?
It is actually in a community. So whereas most of our models are along major highways or minor highways, side of the road, out in business land, this one is actually in a community. So when you're driving up to it, it's built to the standards of the community. So when you're driving up to it, it actually looks like a home. So we've done some things that we don't do in our other locations. Like we have the casita there that we use as our design center because it's very important to us that our design centers be on site wherever you're buying from, so you can choose all of your selections in one spot, see how everything goes together. The sales offices are actually in the garage because we had to build that one to be able to ultimately sell it sometime in the future. So it needed to be able to be adapted back to a residence. So we actually have a landscaped backyard, all that good stuff.
It's a very cool environment, actually. You can go there and see kind of, it's probably of all of the centers that we have, it's the most fulfilling of the vision that you folks are after. So if it's on 2 acres, which is what most of you are doing, it has all landscape backyard. So shout out to Results Tree and Landscaping. They do they did the landscaping there and maintain it. So it's beautiful. But also they can sell anywhere out of there, just like any other office. You do not, if you go there, you don't have to build in Texas Grand Ranch or Republic Grand Ranch or Deer Forest. You're welcome to. Those are great communities, hold the values really well, awesome deed restrictions, good developer, but they can sell anywhere, just like any other office. So if you're looking to go build a 1,500 square foot house in Lampasas, Texas, you can do it out of Huntsville, work with the team there. So it's just like any other of our design centers. The only difference is, like Don said, it's a house in a subdivision.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't mean that you have to build that house if you go there, but it is a beautiful home that is the launch pad for many of our customers in their dreams, because it's got a lot going on. And
It's stunning.
the developer there, the requirement for building a model was you had to have a 3,000 square foot minimum. So we had to build a 3,000 square foot home. They wanted a big presence when people drive in, all the houses, and it's beautiful. But you don't even have to build that big in that subdivision. You can build in all three of those subdivisions at 2,000 square feet. So Texas Grand Ranch, Republic Grand Ranch, Deer Forest, 2,000 square feet is the minimum. And they've got some other odds and ends of their restrictions that are all good and very reasonable. And it will help protect your property value. But anyway, that's why that house is as grandiose as it is.
Right.
And it's really cool to look at, but they can literally sell you any home anywhere, just like any other office.
Yep. Absolutely. Let's check in on who we've got joining us.
All right.
We got Jennifer coming in from Mico, Texas. Make the rain go away so they can start my framing.
I get it, Jennifer. It's that's true. Also, though, we need Medina Lake filled up. You're just there south of Medina Lake, and it would be nice to have some water in there for the summertime. So you got the farmer praying for rain, you got the bride praying that it doesn't. I don't know. I don't know how we make everybody happy. But I guess we don't. So
it is what it is.
It is not our
Stacy is also moving to Mico.
Oh, very nice. A new cosmopolitan, bustling area Mico, Texas is.
All right. We've got Janet, who's taking a break from unpacking to join. They closed on their beautiful live oak here in Grayson County on Friday. We're going to miss our construction supervisor, Christian. He was wonderful to work with. Oh, thank you. That's so Janet. Sweet. And you got to send us pictures. I want to see the house.
Yeah.
We got Patty building in Washington County outside Brenham city limits. Windows and doors have been installed and they're working on the roof. A LaPorte
Very
D.
Cool.
Awesome. Very cool. Got Leanna, hi from Humboldt, Texas. Trying to find land near Tomball, Spring Cypress, or Montgomery County. No luck yet.
That's a heavily sought after area. So yeah, you got a lot of competition in there.
Yeah, that Republic Grand Ranch is in Montgomery, though, isn't it?
It is Montgomery County. Yeah, so going a little bit further north than your current search, you might be in good shape.
Yeah. Let's see. We got somebody from YouTube who actually drove up there, and it is beautiful. So they've seen those all.
Cool.
Awesome. We've got Lauren building a canyon in Brenham. It's coming along beautifully, and Greg has been great to work with. Awesome. That's great to hear. Chris is saying it's a lovely model, and the bathroom rocks. Absolutely.
We're going to show it here in just a second, Chris. Yes. Yeah.
We got Andy, hi from Eastern California. It's very, very, very dry here. Building at Travis A in Fort Bend County, starting the drywall. So 90 days.
Oh, cool. All right. Wonderful. You will not have a problem with moisture in Fort Bend County. You'll have all the moisture that you want.
And then let's see. We've got Christian. Hello from Lisa and Christian Sumner in Fort Worth. Hearing our future Magnolia would be a houseboat if it were built today due to the amount of rain down in Bandiara. Yes. It's very, very rainy and wet there. Yep. All right. Let's go
very
ahead.
Cool. Well, so guys, obviously we have this presentation that Dawn has put together. It's got some beautiful photography. It's got some videos, interruption, but ask your questions, put them in the chat. We want to hear from you. We will answer all of your questions. That's why we're here. So any questions you have about design, about finance, about the process, about timeframes, about interest rates, about site preparation, septics, water wells, whatever new thing you saw on the internet that you want to ask about, that some obscure person put in their house in Minneapolis, bring it on. We'd love to talk about it. So let's get started.
All right. So we're going to be talking about the LaSalle plan. Like I mentioned, it is our model in Huntsville. So let's talk a little bit about the base plan. So the base floor plan is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, and includes a 2-car garage. And it comes in just at a little over 2,900 square feet. Some of the things that are very popular about this plan that we like is there is a guest suite, in-law suite over on one side of the house that's got its own bathroom, its own walk-in closet, so that your guest or if a mother-in-law is staying with you, they have their own space with that. So really like that part of the layout. It does have a separate dining room as well as the breakfast area. So it's got, those multi-use rooms that you could also repurpose it to a study if you wanted to in the dining room. Very large family room and high ceilings in that family room, even as a standard included feature there. Very, very big back covered porch, very big front porch. This house is all about the porches. And very nice master suite. Even the included layout in the LaSalle master bath is very nice. It's not quite the model, but it's still a very nice space. Separate vanities, huge walk-in closets. Just great space. And then you've got 2 additional spare bedrooms that are very nice size, and they share a hallway bath. So just great layout. Love this home. Like Eric mentioned, we had to go a little bit bigger on the model. So we did add some other things into that. So the first thing that you notice, this is the model. So she's very pretty. She's very pretty. And like all other things in Tilson land, I love this brick, and it immediately got discontinued.
That's how you do it.
That's surest way for us to get something discontinued is to put it on the model. But one big change that you will notice as you drive up to this model that we made is we did put a 3-car garage. Since we are officing out of it, we needed a little bit of extra space. You'll also see she's got a chimney because we put a fireplace in her. And so this is the model floor plan, which is very hard to fit on one screen. So apologies. Once we got done adding everything, so it's still a 4-bedroom, but it is now a 3.5 bath. We've got a 3-car garage on it, and it is almost 3,700 square feet for the actual model. The options that we put in the model to show are that fireplace that I mentioned. We did do the alternate kitchen and put a farmhouse sink in there. In the family room and the rear covered porch, we did go with the cathedral ceiling. So we've got very, very tall ceilings in that area. We put the box beam ceiling in the master bedroom and went with the alternate master bathroom, did the 3-car garage, and added an upstairs bonus space. And that actually has its own powder room as well as a wet bar area up there. So
and this might seem a little elementary for those of you, especially been watching us for a while. You're very well trained and educated because you watch us. But this 3,670 square feet, that is the heated and cooled living area of the house and the bonus room. Ours is, we are living in the garage because that's where offices are, but that is not in this footage that Dawn has put up here.
Yeah.
That the garage footage and the front and rear porch footages are absent, and the side porch are not included in that 3,670. That is the heated and cooled living area of the ordinarily lived in home and bonus space. So just an ancillary thing to point out. Again, y'all know this because you're smart, which is why you're watching. But Dawn, what are we checking out now?
So let's take a look at the house. We're going to look
at
your
questions in, guys.
Exterior living, the family room area, and the kitchen.
The first thing you're going to notice when you come up to the outside of the LaSalle model is all the different natural elements that we use on the exterior. So you're going to see stone, you're going to see brick, you're going to see cedar accents, and all the different ways that we use those to contrast and complement one another. Okay, as you enter in off the large front covered porch on the front door, the foyer is going to open up to the huge living area with these massive windows that look onto the outdoor living space. And you cannot help but notice how the outdoors are brought in. So as soon as you get to the living room, you're going to see why it's the heartbeat of the home. You're going to see a big fireplace. You're going to notice the large windows that are across the back of the home that bring the outdoors in, and how a family could easily relax in this space and entertain as well. Immediately off the family room, you'll see the kitchen area. First, you'll notice this huge island, large workspace that could actually be an eat-in bar. In addition to that, it has a sink that faces out to the family room so that whoever's working in the kitchen can still be engaged with what's being entertained in the family room, which is really nice. Immediately behind that is a large cooking area where we've brought more of those outside elements in. So you'll see stone, cedar, and a lot of elements that you can see on the outside of the home that we're using on the inside to bring that kind of ranch style or farmhouse feel onto this home.
It's beautiful. This is that front porch, which we actually did brick pavers on the front porch of the model. If you go out there, you will see that. So that's a nice, unique aspect. And then we've got the really nice front door that's got the little speakeasy window on it that I think is so cute. That's right.
Oh, mouse. Oh my goodness.
Other way.
Somebody get this boomer a big Arrow key. My gosh. All right. Yeah. So the speakeasy, and
Mhm.
those something to point out, guys. Those are actual windows on either side of it. So some doors can have side lights, which are actually part of the window unit, and then, but this one it actually has just 1 foot wide windows. So something to point out, so it's not confusing. But yeah, and the brick pavers are really just cut down, so they're full bricks that have just been cut down to about 3/4 of an inch thick and
Mm.
put on. It's a really nice custom finish that we put on the front porch there, and we can do it on any home. So
Yep. And you got the nice cedar header, the nice rough sawn wood header above the door. Just a beautiful look, and the combination of the brick and stone in that space.
yeah, we're
Just
moving over to fir from cedar moving forward, which I'm really excited about. It's going to be give us a little more flexibility with what we do with those things.
Mhm. And then this is the beautiful foyer. So the other side of that door, so you can see where the little speakeasy thing opens up. So just a nice space, big welcoming space that you have there. And then this is the family room with that view into the back porch, showing how we did the cathedral ceiling in the model. And then the next one, we actually did have a rendering done of what the space would look like with the regular ceiling height. So you can kind of get a sense of what the cathedral ceiling adds and what it looks like as the base.
It is a game changer in the house. There's no doubt
Mhm.
about it.
Yeah.
And of course, I know y'all see us do this on a bunch of our customers' homes. They really, because between this and the driftwood and many other plans, and this is kind of a staple custom options on pretty much every plan that we build, with a
Yeah.
very very few exceptions. So
Just makes the house feel so much bigger, even though it's the same. I mean,
identical.
we even did it with the same furniture, and you can
Oh,
see how much more light and bright it is when you add in that cathedral.
yep. Tilson has arrived. We are using artificial intelligence. We're not the two of us you see here. We're actual intelligence, but there's artificial intelligence floating all around in a lot of our marketing stuff. So
Yes. And then this is two views of that kitchen, which you can see it's got the beautiful stone front on the island. So we're really tying everything together, bringing that exterior inside. You've got the stone arch above the cooktop as well, and bringing in those rough sawn elements into the kitchen as well. So it's nice and continuous throughout the home. So it's echoing the beams that you see in the family room as well as what you saw on the outside of the home. So just a great space. And you've got a very large corner pantry in there. During the grand opening, we figured out we could fit 50 full grocery bags in that pantry because we did. But yeah, so it's just a great space.
yep, built-in appliances. You got a cooktop, and then separate. You got a microwave in the wall as well as an oven. You have a
Mhm.
farmhouse sink, and of course we have a refrigerator in there because we use it as our office. So
Right.
our bottled waters and leftover Popeyes chicken and things like that we
Just help yourself.
have at it. I recommend the spicy. It's quite delicious.
Awesome. And then this is one that I like that is a customer who built the Salle, and his salesperson did something very smart working with them and actually changed the orientation of the kitchen. And I really liked this approach and wanted to share this with you guys. So they actually took out the breakfast area because they were using the dining area. It felt like they only needed one dining room. So took that space out and pushed the kitchen to the rear of the home. And of course, that required a little bit of other rearranging with hallways and things like that to get over to the guest suite on the side. But this just gave you a lot more space in that kitchen, made it a little bit grander. And just a great use of space, I think. The sink's looking right out that back window.
Yeah, because so out
Big
here,
island.
the kiddos are playing. There's big pecan trees. They have a chicken coop back here, so there was a lot of activity going to be going on that the missus really wanted to be able to see out the, and of course raise and correct children from the window. And this is just
Right, of course.
how you rear kids in Texas.
Yeah. So just thought this was great. So that was one that I wanted to share with everybody. Just kind of show the flexibility of, even though this isn't one of our options, these are the types of things that we can do with the plan. So if you're looking at a plan and you're like, maybe this isn't quite right for me, we can do things to this extent to make it work for you.
So
Let's see.
before we kick in, we got a couple questions.
We do. We have a friend from YouTube asking, can we have an InvisiCook cooking surface installed in the kitchen island?
Okay, so I looked these up, and the answer is probably so. I want to do a little bit more research. I do know that we're going to need to do. We can put a cooktop anywhere. So what these are they're an induction surface. So it's electric, and it actually goes below the solid surface countertops. So
Okay.
it's heating up a compliant solid surface countertop. They have 2-burner, 4-burner, 6-burner. There's a bunch of different things, but you don't see them. You don't see the burners. You just see the solid surface countertop. They do have compatible cookware that goes with it. Of course, Dawn, you'll love this. It is Wi-Fi enabled, because why wouldn't your cooktop be?
Sorry, Eric and I were having a big conversation earlier about why microwaves have Wi-Fi now.
Why you would need a microwave that's Wi-Fi compatible? Like, why would you leave food in the microwave and then have to tell it?
Leave food in your microwave to cook it from somewhere else. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Unless the command is going to be cover the thing that the kid forgot to put on it, like that would be a worthwhile Wi-Fi thing to have. But anyway, so go back to the InvisiCook. Want to do a little more research. We also want to be sure that it's in an area that we could put a hood of some sort, either a downdraft some way behind or beside it, or over it, because we are going to have to draft what's being cooked to meet code, draft what's being cooked out of there. So
okay, yeah.
As long as we can comply with that, certainly willing to research it. It's a cool looking product, very, very contemporary look. So you actually wouldn't notice at first glance that there's a cooktop of any kind in the house. It's like a hidden secret cooktop.
Oh, very cool.
You just throw eggs on the granite and just get after it. Maybe not granite, but.
All right. They're also asking why gutters are not included at Republic Grand Ranch.
Yep. So actually what we prefer to do is do the design depending on what kind of landscaping you look at. So we offer landscaping packages in Texas Grand Ranch, Republic Grand Ranch, and Deer Forest. That plays a big role into how the downspouts are carried away with the water. So what we do after getting downspouts down, getting the pipe in the ground and going, we don't know what you're going to be doing for landscaping that early in the process. So we don't want to be, or if you want to do the landscaping with us. So we do offer that as a package, but not everybody wants to choose that from us. So I recommend you do it just to have something in place to hold the dirt in, but we can't make you use us for landscaping. But that's the reason why, is because we don't know how the landscape is going to be laid out precisely. We don't want to burden you with, well, this is where your downspouts are, so best of luck to you. See you later. So it's something to consider. Obviously, we can have it bid as part of that process very, very easily, especially if we're going to be doing the landscaping. So great question.
Okay. We have another question coming from YouTube. Are you able to do a more modern elevation with this model?
So I'm going to take a stab at what you mean by more modern elevation, just because I don't. It's as an open interpretation. I'm going to go like kind of our Polidoro. That's about as modern as we get. If you look at our Polidoro, is that the D elevation? The one we're building as a model home. E elevation. Oh, so we got all the way to the end of the alphabet almost. And by the end, I mean like 5 letters. So that's what we would consider modern. If you're asking about like, flat roofs or glass and concrete or things like that, we're kind of out on that stuff. That's not really our cup of tea. We're very, we could do hill country, which referred to as neo hill country. If you look that up, that is a style that we can do. Very low pitch roofs, different plate heights in the front. That's kind of what I'm talking about on the Polidoro E. If that's what you want, that is something that we can accommodate on the LaSalle. We've also done it with the rock wall. But yeah, go back to what Dawn tells us all the time. The exterior of the home is usually the easiest part to change. So find a floor plan that works for you, and yeah, we can do that.
Yeah. All right. And then they're also asking what the regular ceiling height is. And I think this was in reference to the family room and
yeah. So it's going to be 10 foot.
Actually, it's 11. The family room is 11.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's going to be 9 in all the bedrooms minimum. Some of them are going to be 10. And yeah, like Don said, I think it is 11 feet actually. Now that you said.
Yeah, the family room in the LaSalle, I pulled up the plan while you were talking. So the family room is going to come at 11 feet high. The covered porch is usually 10. The kitchen and breakfast area and dining area are also at 10. Your foyer is at 11. And then all the secondary bedrooms, the in-law bedrooms at 10. One of the bedrooms is at 10. The other one is at 9 because you've got that different elevation that's happening on the outside. So the ceiling heights change. And then the master is also at 10 feet.
There you go. Glad one of us has the right answers.
I cheated. I looked it up.
As we were told as children, go get the encyclopedia, find out for yourself.
Yes, absolutely. Well, let's take a look at that master bedroom.
Check it out. Guys, keep dropping your questions into the chat. We'll answer every one of them. Great questions. I mean, you can ask whatever questions you want. The jewel of this home is the master suite. You'll notice that it's completely sequestered from the rest of the home. It's not adjacent to any other rooms, which is really unique in its design. And it has large soaring ceilings with cedar accents. You can fit huge king-size furniture in there. But the biggest part about it, besides that it looks out onto your space, onto your land, is on the other side it opens up to one of the most luxurious and spectacular master bathrooms we've ever built in a model home. It has a freestanding tub. We've actually done an optional walk-through shower at this particular home. It has multiple shower heads. It has glass deco tile, and there's, of course, tons of granite countertop space with undermount sinks. You got widespread faucets that just really make it an elegant design, and that leads into a huge walk-in closet.
All right.
So yeah, the master bedroom, master suite of this home, and again, it even though it's not a split floor plan, guys, it is split front to back. So the master and the spare bedrooms do not share any common walls with each other. They got both bathrooms, the kids' bathroom and the master bath and the master closet are all between the bedrooms. So there's no noise transfer. It is its own private suite. It's really, really nice.
Yeah. It's definitely an oasis in this home. So you can see that huge master bedroom with the box beam ceiling that we were talking about. This is king size furniture that is in this room. So you can see there's plenty of space still around it. It's a very, very large master bedroom. This is the alternate master bathroom, which is what you see in the model. So it's got that walk-through shower that Eric was talking about in the video, as well as the freestanding tub. You've got the his and her vanities separated by the cabinetry in the middle. So just a great, just beautiful, beautiful showcase bathroom. And you've got this wood on the ceiling as well. Very high ceilings in here. Just super, super nice. And then that's the closet. I know Eric generally doesn't. You don't like to look at pictures of closet, but this closet deserves pictures. So yeah, you've got the wall in the middle, and this is from both sides of that wall. It's a huge, huge closet, guys. So much room for
it's
storage.
photo worthy, and it is. But yeah, you go in, and then you will go around, and then you go around again, and it just keeps going.
You're like, oh, I forgot this was here.
What's often lost on this as we go through, there's actual kind of a double door. Almost like a hallway closet before you go into the master. So all of your linens, towels, washcloth, like all that stuff, or what shoes, everything can go in here. And you still have an area about the same size as the spare bedrooms each, as far as closet goes. So,
yep. Great space. And then this is the included layout in the LaSalle plan, which is still very nice. So we had an artist do the rendering on that as well. So you've still got your separate tub and your separate shower. Your vanities are still split apart. So he has his space and she has her space. And in this one, you actually get two separate walk-in closets. So just it's an excellent layout as well.
Yeah. So his obviously, and then her little closet.
Yeah, because that's how that's going to work.
This is right here. These two little cabinets.
His is in the other bedroom.
Hers and herser.
Yes. There you go. Now you're getting it.
So, and what she means by included, folks, if you're hopping on to the tilsonhome.com to our website and you look at the base pricing in your county, this is what it's going to be talking about. This is what's going to be included. So that's what Dawn means when she's saying that.
Yep. All right. Well, let's see. I think we had a couple more questions come through. We've got Natalie asking, are you able to build completely custom, or do I have to pick one of the current plans? I need a house with 2 full master suites.
So yes, we can. And we've built that as well. We've built the 2 full master suites before. And I know you had a follow-up with your, you met with a salesperson last week. Yeah.
Yeah.
So and the answer is yes, we can do custom. We're probably still going to start with we're going to still start with one of our plans and modify it. So kind of like what Dawn showed before on this LaSalle, where hey, we want the kitchen to be at the back of the house with windows looking out. Like that's a pretty significant customization on this house because that's not how the kitchen is laid out.
Right.
So same thing. And actually that same home, we did do separate, like it does have a different master suite that doesn't have its own entrance from the hallway. It has its own with a shower that is a walk-in shower. It's not a tubs because it's designed for older people. It's designed for the in-laws to come and stay for an extended period of time, and they don't want a tub. They want it. So that's exactly what we can do.
So that's exactly what I asked for yesterday. So
Natalie,
yeah,
that's because this is what we do. That's how we know. It's not because I'm smart. Trust me. This is artificial intelligence. It's like make believe. It's like pretend smart.
All right. And then we have another question. I've been scrolling through your plans and you have so many options, which is wonderful. Do you have a single level home with a media game room and 4 bedrooms?
Palo Duro or Preston. We can do it. I mean, it's not,
Mm-hmm.
it probably won't come out of the box like that, but I have seen both of those homes turned very easily into 4-bedroom, all on one floor with a game room / media room downstairs. Just depends on how big you need the game room to be.
Yep. Perfect. All right. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at all of the dining spaces and the additional bedrooms on this one.
Yep. Keep the questions coming. Immediately adjacent to the kitchen is an eat-in breakfast area that is a nice place to relax for that morning cup of coffee. You're looking out onto your land. You can look out onto the outdoor living space, and also it's the place where people could come in and out from that outdoor living space and from the backyard, and they're not entering immediately into the family room. They're actually coming into this eating space directly into the kitchen, which is really helpful. One other room that's immediately off the foyer is the formal dining space. Now, this room could be used as another space if you'd like to, but we have it set up as a formal dining area because a lot of our homeowners do like to entertain, and this is a great place to have overflow guests or to have that formal Thanksgiving dinner. One of the most spectacular parts of this design is actually a completely separate mother-in-law suite. It's still part of the home, but it feels completely apart from the rest of the house, so that if you have a mother-in-law living there or an older teenager or even guests that are coming to stay for multiple days, they have their own space. It has its own in-suite bathroom, and the owners still feel like they have their own space, and it's a really unique design that we'll be able to incorporate pretty efficiently into this home. So finishing off this 4-bedroom, 3-bath layout are the 2 spare bedrooms that are on the front of the home. Great place for kids or guest rooms. They do share a bathroom that has its own granite countertop, undermount sink, shower, tub area, and plenty of storage for extra linens, towels, and things like that.
All right.
Dawn, I always say linens. I don't think I've ever bathed with anything linen. I don't think it's like you wear linen, but like to the beach one time for an obscure destination wedding.
If you feel like being wrinkled, you wear linen.
Oh yeah, I'm not sure why I say linen. So maybe
that's just what we call towels, Eric. It's just how it works.
And I'm gonna fix that. I want to get better at this. And
what are you gonna call it? The towel closet?
I don't know. The towel closet. Yeah, I don't know. But we're not gonna call it linens. That's not what we're doing anymore.
Okay, fair enough.
We have a linen. No, we don't. We call it a laundry hamper cabinet. Oh, we had a linen cabinet. No one has linens. No one. If you use linens, comment. It's not weird or anything.
Some of our houses that don't have the linen closet do have the linen cabinet. They do. The sheets and towels cabinet.
Exactly. The cotton cabinet.
Cotton cabinet. There you go. Right. We got it. We got there. How do you feel about the phrase dining room? You okay with that?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Okay. All right.
I like to dine. I like to eat. So.
All right. So this is the dining room that is right off of the foyer. Very big, nice space. If you want to keep it as the formal dining room and that's where you host Thanksgivings and all of that, that's great. It would also be very easy to wall this off, make it a little bit more private, turn it into a study or a playroom for the kids or anything like that. So we
built one of these this was the pantry.
Yes. Yeah. That is a pantry.
In Texas Grand Ranch, we built this house, and this was the pantry.
Wow. I want to go to their house. What do they keep in there? All right. And this is the breakfast area, which is right off the kitchen and has the beautiful view of the back. This is actually the space. I'm sorry I didn't include this photo. This is actually how you get on the back porch is the door. The door is over right where it says breakfast area. That's where the door is to get you out onto that back porch. But again, big space. We've got a smaller table in there, but it would easily accommodate a much bigger one.
Yep. And I painted that picture of the gorilla when I was 4 years old. Some people think it's a buffalo.
Oh, okay. Well, good to know what your intent was. So this is that in-law suite space that we were talking about that gives them their private space. It's off behind that breakfast area, so it is completely on the other side of the house from the rest of the bedrooms. And it is a very good-sized bedroom, and there's a full bath attached to it. There's a walk-in closet in this space as well.
Yeah.
And then these are the two additional bedrooms, the spare bedrooms up on the front of the home. And again, these are also very, very good size. These are full size furniture, plenty of room in there. And these both have their closets and then share that hallway bath, which is there. And this actually does have the linen cabinet in it and the hamper. So
yes,
it's got both. So good space.
Yep. Guys, drop some questions into the chat. We've got time to answer more questions. I know we have a couple more videos and still more to look at. And we're going to show you a casita at the end.
Yes, we also do have the casita in here. We've got Peggy, who is jumping on late. Hey, everyone. Love seeing some of your new options since we built our Livingston B a couple years ago. We love our Tilson home and have appreciated all the support along the way and even after we moved in. Oh, awesome. Thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah, don't let that be lost on you, folks. Something to talk to your builder about is what happens when things don't go perfect. What happens after I move in and something goes wrong? Who do I call?
Spoiler alert, things are not going to go perfect.
Yeah.
They're just not.
There's going to be things.
And then we've got Nydia in here greeting all of our customers, congratulating Janet and saying she's so happy for her, and also saying hi to Peggy. So happy to see her. So I'm guessing,
Nydia.
Hi, Nydia.
How are you?
We like
fine.
you too.
Thanks for asking. Yeah, good to see you too.
So now we know they both bought out of Melissa.
Guys, if you go to Melissa, Texas, and see Nydia, she is a ball of fire. So say hola to her, and she'll get you excited about building a home. I promise you.
Yes, she's awesome. But let's see the rest of this home. So we've got the drop zone, the utility room, and the garage to look at.
All right, guys, drop your questions in the chat. We'll answer every one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So most of our customers, of course, are building in a rural area, and they really need that larger than just a regular utility room. So in this design, we've incorporated a drop zone mudroom area that's actually outside of the utility room, so that a lot of those things that need to get stored, your backpacks, your muddy boots, umbrellas, different things like that, don't find their way into the utility room space, making it a very small and cramped space. So your washer and dryer is completely separate from the mudroom space, so they don't clutter one another up. You have plenty of space for that country living. Immediately off of that mudroom space is a garage. It comes already with a 2-car garage. This model home has a 3-car garage built onto it, and our garages are designed large enough to accommodate large SUVs and light pickup trucks. So on this model home, we've actually opted to put the bonus space on it, which adds about another 700 square feet. It can be used as a game room. It can be used as a media room. We have lots of customers that use it as a craft room or hobby room, but it's set up as just one wide open space. It does have natural light coming in, which is really unique for a bonus room. Has a half bath up there that's private to it, as well as a large wet bar area, so you can have your own cold drinks up there. Probably the biggest secret when you're coming into the front of the home that you don't notice till you really get in it is the outdoor living space off of the rear. And it's just spectacular, the way that it brings the outdoors in. Again, most of our customers building in rural areas, they bought the land with the intent of really enjoying that open space. And the outdoor living space on this LaSalle does it justice. It's just an incredible place to entertain, relax at the end of a long day, and take in sunsets or sunrises, whichever one you might fancy.
All right. So here's that gorgeous upstairs bonus space. It has, it's a big, large area. We've actually got a study area set up, a little gaming area, and then we've got the couches and TV viewing. It comes with the wet bar as a part of it, and then also has a half bath up there.
And what it does in this picture, there's a really big closet at the end of it. So plenty of room for storage for your games or towels, sheets, air mattresses. things you might need for cousin camp, or we call it cousin camp.
Cousin camp. I like that. That's cute.
The Allard family, like throw all kids in one area and go. But and what's cool about this plan is that you can do the bonus room because this sits above the kitchen and breakfast area. So you can do this bonus room and still have the cathedral ceiling in the family and on the porch, which is not always doable in some of our other plans. When you do a bonus room, you have to kind of pick either or. The La Salle is large enough where it's like, yep, you can no problem do the cathedral ceiling and still have the bonus space. So,
that's a good point.
Yeah, then I saw someone about the canoe mural.
Yeah, the canoe.
So that was supposed to be from the state park. There's of course, there's the national park there. The national forest is right there. There's also a Huntsville State Park, and we couldn't get the rights to the photograph. Like, we wanted to take a picture that they have and blow it up and make it like from the state park, and they wouldn't let us use the rights to the photo. So we had to get random canoe photo thing, which I thought was bizarre. Anyway,
you should have gone and taken your own.
We didn't have you then, so iPhones were not getting it done.
Awesome. I did not know that story. That's funny.
But yeah, that's a vinyl. That's a whatever. One of the sticky on thingy.
Cool.
Technical term for it. It's linen, actually. It's 100%.
Is it linen?
Yeah.
All right. Is your PowerPoint not? There we go.
Yeah,
all right.
It's catching up. There we go.
It was thinking. It was processing our jokes.
Yes.
So that's what
it says they're not funny, not even artificially.
Not even a little bit. So this is the drop zone and utility room, which we did have a question about the dimensions of the utility room.
So I've got, what have you got? Go ahead.
I've got 7.5 by 7.2.
That's right. And so, and remember, there's a reason we put that drop zone area outside of it, so that you're not putting your shoes and umbrellas and all the other junk that somehow winds up in the utility room. So there's still a cabinet, there's an upper and lower cabinet there you can see. There's room for a sink if you want to do that there as well. But 7 by 7. So it's about like what you're seeing there from left to right. It's about that from front to back. Right. It's within 3 inches. And so, but again, that was the idea of putting that stuff outside in that drop zone where the kids aren't putting the shoes and the boots. Maybe dog food bowls can go underneath, where the bench area is. So these are things that we thought of to try and give you all the space in the utility room for the utility room. Right. Great question. Thanks for asking.
It's a great question. And then this, in the actual model, if you go out there, it is offices. And we have a lot of people that have a hard time envisioning what our beautiful office would look like if it was a garage. This is what your garage would look like.
Use your imagination.
Yes.
Close your eyes, picture white walls and gray concrete, and voila, you got it.
Hey, I get it, because you walk in there, and when you walk into it in the model, it's, vinyl plank flooring, and there's walls, and you don't actually see the garage doors, even though they're there. So, but this is what a garage would look like.
The magic of rendering.
Yes. And then this is that rear porch area that you can see is very, very large, very big, but just a beautiful, beautiful space. Mm-hmm. And this is another shot just because I felt like it makes you visualize a little bit more how big it is. And it's just the door I was talking about earlier with Eric's gorilla picture. And that building that you saw in the back is the little casita, which we have out there at Texas Grand Ranch, because it actually serves as our on-site design center, and then some office space. So I know we get a lot of questions about the casita. So if you haven't been out to see it, just thought we would go ahead and show it as part of this conversation.
So let's see it.
Yeah. All right, so this is the casita. The general layout for the casita is going to be a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, 824 square feet. So little petite little space. And how it is laid out is you'd have a very large family room in the space, as well as a bedroom with a large walk-in closet. We include a wet bar area in there that you can change out to make it into a kitchenette, or there's options to make it a full kitchen or make it 2 bedrooms. There's a lot of things you can do, but as built in Huntsville, it is a 1-bedroom with a wet bar area, and then it's got a full bath in there. This would be the family room if you went in there. We use it as our color room. So this is where you would do all of your color selections if you purchased out of our Huntsville location. So we have all of our cabinet samples, all of our flooring samples, everything is out there, countertops, you name it. It is out there in this space so that you can pick everything together.
with stained concrete. You can see a sample
yes.
of it there if you'd like to go
Yes,
see
you can
that.
see the stained concrete as well, because that's what we did on the floors. This would be a bedroom. We use it as office space for just whoever's hanging out there that day. So it'll be a surprise when you go out there. Could be a builder, could be Eric's brother. You never know.
Could be me, could be Chris.
Could be Hunter. We don't know.
And because it is labeled as a bedroom, I'm allowed to take a nap there if I want to. It's totally fine. It's got a walk-in closet.
It does. It's a very large walk-in closet that we store all kinds of stuff in. And then this is just the pictures of the bathroom that is in there. So it is a full bathroom, but it's got the walk-in shower in there, and then that wet bar space. It's got room for the fridge and lots of cabinets. So
yeah,
good versatile little space. Makes a good pool house. Makes a good guest house. That kind of stuff. So just thought we'd share it.
Yes. And so, yeah, and we're building another one in Waco. So we have a 2-bedroom version there. I was checking it out yesterday. It looks awesome.
Good.
So we can help with those. We can do those in conjunction with another home. We can do them by themselves and stand alone. But yeah, so now is the time for questions.
Yes, we do.
Do y'all have questions? Ask your questions.
Yes. So we've got Christine asking you to explain how attic ventilation system with spray foam works with the warranty on the Owens Corning shingles. Do we include ice and water shield, ridge, and starter shingles?
Okay, so we do include the ridge and starter shingles. That's the problem. And yeah, there's a water shield, which is that's their back. So Rhino Liner is one type. There's another one that Owens Corning makes. But yes, we are fully in compliance with the Owens Corning shingle warranties. And again, we were doing the attic ventilation. So it's not a ridge vent, right? We don't do ridge venting when you're doing spray foam insulation. And so you don't, but Owens Corning, of course they manufacture shingles for all over the world. So they were fully prepared for spray foam. We've been using them in conjunction with spray foam for many, many years. This wasn't a new thing. Because remember, we were doing spray foam standard already in 2/3 of the state of Texas.
Right.
So we were offering it everywhere. And so, yeah, we have a very, very good relationship with Owens Corning, very good relationship with McCoy's, which is who we buy Owens Corning through. They're a great vendor of ours, great vendor partner. And yeah, we don't have any issues. We use everything that they require to be in compliance. That's what we use.
Okay, perfect. And then Andy is asking, with the tightly sealed homes, would you explain the fresh air circulation?
Yeah, open all the doors and windows and just pray for nice low humidity days. No, it can't happen, right? Andy gets a good question because that's the biggest concern. And again, hey, this is whether the house is spray foam or not.
Right.
You gotta have a way to get fresh air into it. Even homes that we were building or are building with bat and blown insulation, we are still using fresh air intake systems. So there's your answer. We're using a fresh air intake system on every single home that we build, whether it's blown and bat insulation or whether it's spray foam. You're still going to get a fresh air intake. It's timed in conjunction with your thermostat so that it's not competing for the air that you're paying to heat and cool. It does a certain amount of times a day, actually a certain time an hour that it runs, to be sure that we're bringing fresh air into the home and sending the stale air out of the home. And also we're using a dehumidifier everywhere we're doing spray foam. That's also going to be included. And so for the circulation, because you've asked a multifaceted question, you may have even known that, Andy. You're probably that smart that you did know you were asking multifaceted. But so one thing about circulation, you get two types. You got to get fresh air into the home. We want to be sure we have some type of ventilation going on. Also, you're going to get very even air distribution as far as the temperature goes and pressure. That's why we put the return air in all of the bedrooms. So basically any room that we could be sealing off with doors of size. So it's not going to be your closet. It's not going to be bathrooms, but all of your bedrooms, a study, if it has a door on it, typically, probably not a dining room, but all the other rooms that you can close off, they're going to have a supply duct and they're going to have a return duct. So there's a return. You don't have a filter on it. The only filters are the big 4-inch thick media filters up in the attic. Very easy to change.
Yeah.
But every one of those rooms is going to have a return on it so that the air is constantly circulating throughout the home. So if you close the door on a bedroom or on 3 bedrooms, you don't have that whistling sound where it's sucking air underneath the door and you're putting load, unnecessary load on the air handler and on the compressor. So return air is in every room that's returning that air back and getting even air distribution, even temperature distribution, pressure, the cubic feet per minute that's calculated. We do on a manual J. There's a lot of science that goes into it. So great question, Amy.
Awesome. We've got Peggy asking, just curious, a little off topic, but Dawn, what is the cute little white stuffed animal we always see behind you? And does it have a sentimental story behind it? Thank you. And thanks for all these very informative videos. Well, thank you for tuning in. So I don't remember if it is a llama or an alpaca. So someone who actually knows animals will have to tell me what it is. The sentimental value is my daughter said, "This is cute, mommy. Will you make this for me?" So that is where that came from, because I crochet. And then
my cute little animal in white is my son Jacob.
So yeah, and it's actually like a pastel rainbow color. And then the thing next to it, he's got 2 Star Wars characters that are keeping him company. So that's a Porg and Boba Fett. And then the orange monster is actually my daughter's worry monster. So she would, when she was little, she would put whatever was worrying her in there and the monster would eat it. And then the worry would be gone in the morning.
Cool question.
So way more information than Peggy wanted to know.
I say ask us anything.
You do. And then let's see. We have a question. Have you built homes that have the giant sliding doors or accordion doors or anything similar?
Okay, the answer is yes, we have, and we are rolling out as we speak a new program that's going to accommodate those sliding doors. So, and at this very second, the manufacturer escapes me. Maybe you remember offhand, Dawn. I do not.
I do not. I'm sorry.
But anyway, so the answer is yes. We will have the giant sliding doors that you see on the back of family rooms. We've done them offhand, which is what made us want to build a program around it, so that we weren't trying to figure out a new way every single time. Like, hey, let's pick a manufacturer that we're happy with. And actually it's going to be installed by them. So our framing crews are not going to be the ones installing it. They're going to bring the door out. They will install the door. We build the rough opening for it. They install it. So that's the solution we've decided is going to be the absolute best for our customers. So.
Yeah, and we're actually, there will be one on the model in Republic Grand Ranch. So you'll be able to see it. Yeah. Peggy is sharing, we love our foam insulation in our attic, especially very comfortable on the hot summer days. I actually don't mind going up there when I need to. Oh, that's nice. That's good. Yeah,
you're actually making the attic itself has cooler air in it. It's part of the conditioned space of sort. It's not going to be 72 like the rest of your house, but it's not going to be 120 either. It's going to be like mid 80s. Some of the best years ever, the mid 80s. So.
All right. And then Peggy is also sharing that she crochets too and would love the pattern sometime. Okay. If I can find it, I will send it to you.
Dawn is actually very talented at this. She's got stuff that you're not seeing that she's done amazing things with, and very, very talented, not just at marketing homes, but her crochet stuff is not to be jacked with.
Yes. I do amigurumi, or however you pronounce that. I do animals. I'm not patient enough to do like clothing and stuff. And I'll do baby blankets, but then I'm out. Awesome.
Very cool.
All right. That is the last question I see.
Well, guys, obviously we got some stuff going on. We're moving along on our Paladuro model. We're at the end of the framing and mechanical stage there. We have Waco models. I was there yesterday. They are just about done. I think we're shooting for floors towards the end of this week.
Awesome.
See how the weather treats us all. But anyway, that's what's the goings on in Tilson world. The questions don't have to end here. We have a great team. Oh, here we go. Tentative date for the model home. So I'm going to say early 2024 is what I will say to the tentative date for the model home at Royal Grand Ranch. I know that there's a meeting out there next week scheduled for our site preparation crew to finalize the details on that. We had to wait for the developer to get back with us on some ideas we had on how we want it laid out versus what they would allow. We arrived at a consensus that we are all happy with, so we're rolling more with that. We'll have a meeting out there next week, and so hopefully we can get some groundwork laid and get going.
Awesome. Faith is sharing that I also make sandals. I do. So thank you, Faith. Chris is asking, I was curious, do you know why there's a tiny supply register in the AC system in the attic?
Yeah, that's why. So, Chris, that's a great question. So, to my point, that's exactly what's happening. Is we're putting a little bit of that air conditioning air, the cold air, into the attic to help dehumidify and with the fresh air. So it is part of the conditioned space. The attic, when you do spray foam, the attic becomes conditioned, not AC'd full on like the rest of your home that you're living in, walking around in every day, but it does have a supply going to it, putting cold air into the attic.
Okay, awesome. Peggy's
You
saying,
can put like an in-law you don't like very much of that they could live just comfortable enough to not stay very long. Perfect.
Okay. Peggy's sharing, you can't go wrong choosing Tilson. Thank you, Peggy.
Thanks, Peggy.
Brendan is asking, are you building in the Waxahachie DFW area? Yes, we are. We actually have a full design center in Waxahachie on 35. So you can go check them out. And we're being asked, will there be a new layout for the RGR model? Yes, it is a brand new plan called the Lone Star. We are furiously working on pricing for that so that we can launch it on the website. But if you reach out to us, we can email you that plan so you can kind of take a look at it. But we do not have pricing yet. And then Janet is sharing, thank you. We are thrilled with our new home and so happy we chose Tilson. I will send pics. Awesome. Looking forward to it. Okay, now I think we're done, Eric.
Okay, well, thank you all for watching. Obviously, thank you to the customers that joined us and just hanging out. So, Peggy, Janet, a few of the other folks. I'm so grateful that y'all came on. You shared your story. We didn't ask you to do that, so that's very kind of you, and thank
Absolutely.
you. So that means a lot. So, guys, obviously, we have a website that's open 7 days a week. We got 24/7 on the website. We've got 12 design centers open 7 days a week. We got new home specialists standing by to take your calls and schedule any kind of appointments that you want to talk about, visit about design changes, financing. We can answer all those questions. That's what we're here to do. We've been doing this for 91 years, and we really, really love the opportunity to do it for you and your family. So ask us questions, reach out anytime. We got a mountain of content on YouTube, Facebook, of course, the website, Instagram. There's TikTokery that Dawn and I
shenanigans.
Yeah, there's shenanigans happening over there. But anyway, we'd love to answer your questions. We'd love to chat with you about the process, about the benefits of building a home on your own land out somewhere rural, and being able to fulfill that vision for you and your family. So until then, we genuinely soon hope to make you part of the Tilson family, guys. We will see you all later. Adios.
Bye, everybody.